The Postal games have always been some of my favorites, but I don't think people realize just how big of a series it really is. Spanning 4 games in the mainline games, a remake of the first game, as well as Postal Brain Damaged, a retro-style shooter. At some point we'll look at all of these and more Postal stuff on the channel, but the series even had its own movie released, and it's a legitimately great movie. I'll spare you the history of the games and get right into this one though. We're not looking at any of those games today. No, we're going to be taking a look at Postal Royale. I'm going to be calling it Postal Royale from here on out. Developed by Running with Scissors C team, Postal Royale, at the time of recording, is the most recent Postal game in the series, but what even is it? When you first start the game, you get to pick between the Postal Dude,
I regret nothing,
or, for the first time in series history, the Postal Doe.
I regret nothing.
Both play identically, so we're going to be playing as the Dude for this. To begin, you're thrown into this hub world with not much to do. You start in this bathroom area and you aren't able to shoot, only walk around. Eventually though, you figure out that you can leave the building and go out into the open world, but it's not really an open world. It's a little empty area with nothing of real interest beyond this guy in the Postal Dude's alien shirt dancing. That's about it out here. It's just a hub world for the game's 3 main missions. They're borderline impossible to find, but there's one if you push up against this door in the bathroom spawn area, another one if you push up against the sewer grates in the bathroom spawn area, and then another one if you leave that area and head to the right past these police cars.
they were out of toilet paper, and now everyone's gonna pay.
Gameplay here is a top-down shooter. The controls are simple. You move around and you shoot. There's no jump button, no urinating on people, literally nothing else. You can't even switch weapons. Your weapons automatically switch when you pick one up, and you can only hold one at a time. The weapons also only have one fire mode. There's no alt fire on any of them. The lack of any sort of controls makes this really simple, but to a fault. For example, if you get pushed up against the wall from enemies, you're unable to move and there's no way to escape. There's no kick button, so you're legitimately just screwed and guaranteed death. The enemies don't have weapons at all, and they can only melee attack you, which means when they do, they push up against you, and that's what locks you in place. I guarantee you, every time you die in this game, it's going to be because you got locked into place by the enemies. To make this worse, the enemies spawn randomly wherever they feel like, sometimes directly in front of you. You want to continue moving around or camping one specific area of each of the small maps because enemies do drop crack pipes, and if another enemy walks over the pipe, they pick it up, and they don't drop it again when you kill them. So to keep your health up, you've got to keep moving a bit. There's no blood when you get kills here. It's Postal. There's no dismemberment. When you shoot somebody with a shotgun, their heads don't explode. Again, it's all really basic. Scoring is equally as basic. There's no multiplier or anything of the sort. You just get points for getting kills. And the point values, from what I can tell, are attributed to each weapon or potentially even randomized. You essentially get a couple hundred points per kill, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. There's no leaderboard, and all of the 3 levels are just endless waves where you fight until you die. Speaking of the 3 levels, let's take a second to look at what they are. We've got the sewers, the rooftops, and the shopping mall. They're all pretty similar in size to one another, taking just a couple seconds to walk around them in full. The sewers have this one cool little door down here that you can abuse to your advantage, as the enemies are unable to walk through doors. You can pretty much just run through the doors when the enemies come, and then pick them off by spray firing them while they run around. The rooftops are the only one of the levels with any elevation, letting you run up these stairs and hop down, which the enemies are unable to follow you when you do that too. Not quite as abusable as the broken sewer door, but still useful. And then the mall is a bit of a bigger map than the others, but doesn't really have anything worth mentioning about the environment. Usually I like to go through all the weapons one by one and explain the differences in the mechanics, but truthfully, you can tell in the gameplay here that you're seeing, they're all almost identical. You click people, and they die. It's really just a different rate of fire and a sound effect for each different machine gun, shotgun, or pistol. There's no other weird creative Postal weapons like the 52 of them in Postal 2, it's all really basic stuff. But wait, there is more. This is the good stuff. The super cool Pigeon Mission DLC is bigger than every other map in the game. When you start it, you're hit with a warning. What you're about to witness will be truly amazing and life-changing. Forget what you know about Postal, because the Pigeon Mission is about to change all of that. It's truly monumental for real, because this has been 20 years in the making. We can't overstate how important this will be going forward. It'll change the Postal series in ways that you couldn't imagine. You'll never be able to look at it in the same way again. You're not prepared for what the Pigeon Mission entails. Are you? Alright, let's just get on with this. The Pigeon Mission takes place in this little town square area with a waterfall in the center of it. There's no weapons anywhere and nobody to attack you. What is here is floating, spinning 2D pigeon images that give you 1,000 points every time you pick one up. There's a water fountain in the center that when you walk to it, it tells you can push E to feed the pigeons, but unfortunately that does absolutely nothing. I played this a few times and tried variations. I tried pushing E beside the pigeon collectibles. I tried just picking up a few pigeons and then pushing E in the fountain. I swear it does nothing. You just collect the pigeons and that's it. There's not even a congratulations, you collected all the pigeons message. You just quit or kill yourself after that. Oh yeah, the suicide button is the only other button here. Last little note here, this game is unbelievably horribly optimized as well. On my pretty beefy PC on first boot, I was getting a locked 12 frames per second. After restarting the game, I was getting a locked 60, but the game crashed on me twice. And the second time it crashed, it fully restarted my PC and sent me back to the initial Windows setup screen. So what is this anyway? Well, it's a free download and it was released on April 1st. This was an April Fool's prank from Running with Scissors and it was developed in only 1 month. The team has promised to keep updating it with future content, but at this point, it's likely that the amazing Pigeon Mission is actually all we're getting here. But anyway, I mean, I had fun for a bit. It's free, it's on Steam, and it's still better than Postal 3. If you like top-down arcade shooters in the Postal series, you may as well go give it a shot. Worst case, you'll have a couple minutes of fun, or well, your entire computer might be unable to boot. Who knows? Support Running with Scissors though. Buy the Postal games. Don't trust the reviews of Postal 4. It's actually pretty good. Make sure you're subscribed for when I get that video done too. Should be a good one. This was just a little one. That's all I got for now though. Thanks for watching guys. Love ya and peace.